All right, should be good.
Okay. Time is now 1 o'clock. The chair calls to order the September 25th meeting of the Kansas Governmental Ethics Commission. Thank you everyone for your attendance today. In your materials, you have today's agenda and you have the minutes from our prior meeting on August 28th. Can any commissioners or can any staff identify any corrections that need to be made to either the agenda or minutes as written? If there are none, I'll take a motion to approve.
I move to approve the minutes.
Seconded. Thank you, Commissioner Glenn. The motion has been seconded, I heard. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the motion to approve, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The motion passes. Turning to today's agenda, we will begin with a discussion of civil penalty assessments.
Yep, you have the full list in front of you. There's a couple for candidate and treasurers, some for political action committee registrations and reports, and that is all we've got.
Okay, those are noted. For the record, do any commissioners have any questions about any of the civil penalty assessments? If not, we will move on. The next item was civil fine hearings, and I understand that there have been motions to dismiss both with respect to complaints 771 and 774. Is that accurate, Caitlin?
Yes, that is correct. And just, yeah, complaint 771, who originally, originally Commissioner Jackson was the hearing officer. And so based on what we had discussed last meeting, I think that would mean any order voted on would go to Nick for signature, just so we're all on the same page there. But yes, this is for complaint number 771. We filed a motion to dismiss because the outstanding report has been filed, and we just request the commission to dismiss complaint number 771.
Is there any reason to think we can't combine just an action on both 771 and 774, or should we do them independently?
I have a question on 774, but I'm not against combining them after that.
Sure, go ahead.
It's on 774. I couldn't find that online. Is that because he resigned in December and you just didn't carry him over to the new year? Is that
so on our website, it's like we only post. You've explained this better than I do.
Yeah, so we post anything that's a current candidate or can't hold.
right? So he wasn't current because he
Right. It should still be accessible through the Secretary of State's office.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my only question.
Mm-hmm.
Because we need an affirmative vote to approve to dismiss.
They're two different hearing officers.
Yeah, I think for best practice, let's have it be separate, particularly because there are separate hearing officers, just to keep
Okay.
it clean.
Well, all the commissioners, you've had a chance to review the materials. You see the motion to dismiss. Do any commissioners wish to make a motion with respect to complaint 771?
I would move that we accept the motion to dismiss and allow for the dismissal of the proceeding.
Second.
Motion has been seconded. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the motion to approve the motion to dismiss complaint 771, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The motion passes. Similarly, you've had an opportunity to review the materials in complaint 774. Do any commissioners wish to make a motion?
I'd make the same motion.
And I'll second it again.
Motion has been seconded. Any additional discussion? Questions? All in favor of approving the motion to approve the motion to dismiss complaint 774, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The motion passes. The next item on the agenda, or the next two items, are executive session and recess session. Director Skoglund, how should we go about proceeding with these two?
Before we step into the executive session, that's part of the motion, which is on the open agenda. Can we have a discussion on, I don't know if it's an open meeting discussion or an executive session meeting. So just a discussion on the appropriateness of what is the direction that the commission does or doesn't give with regard to pending litigation.
That would be
Not the substance of it, but instead just the
Executive session.
That would be attorney-client communication.
well, what is the, I guess my question is, what is the role of the commission as a whole for decisions that are made during litigation?
Since that's attorney-client communication, then that would be
I mean, the
subject.
substance of it, but the concept behind it.
For the client, so we take direction to.
Okay.
I just want to caution the commission
Exactly.
that communications right now they're public. This isn't, if you're going to talk about the role of the commission in setting direction in litigation, that is something that is properly attorney-client privileged material and should be subject to executive session.
Why? But it's not.
I would concur, given my recent experience, I would concur that we should do all of that matter in an executive session, even though it simply applies to procedure and not substance.
Okay.
Well, Commissioner Berger, on to that end, how much time would you like to take to have a discussion in executive session on this topic?
Well, I know from the motion, there are 3 matters that are identified. I don't know, and what do you guys think time on those?
And
At most 10 minutes, I think.
Total or each?
Total.
Total, okay,
It's an update.
okay.
mhm.
Let's say, let's start with a total of 20 then.
Okay. So I have 107 right now, let's say 128. Do any commissioners wish to volunteer to read the motion to take us into executive session?
I have it.
Oh.
So I move that the commission recess this open meeting to executive session with Office Manager Paige Quinta Paget, Executive Director Mark Skoglund, General Counsel Caitlin Bull Stewart, and Conflict Counsel Jesse Burris present to discuss matters related to sealed state district court litigation, matters related to the appellate court decision in Kansas Government Ethics Commission versus Shepherd, potential litigation in the Kansas Supreme Court, and for good cause as provided by KAR 1962. Justification for executive session is so the commission can consult with its attorney regarding matters that would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship as contemplated by KSA 75-4319 V2. The open meeting shall be resumed here at 1:28 p.m.
Second.
Motion has been seconded. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the motion to enter into executive session signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The motion passes.
Oh, you're JOH.
I'm sorry, John.
I didn't say Jewish name.
Wait, check.
JOH.
Waiting for that play.
Didn't know there was a distinction.
Yeah. A lot of people.
Let us know when we're ready, Mark.
I am waiting for it to confirm. I'm checking on my phone as well. Sometimes that's faster.
Did you find your chart that
We
I
are live. We're
put
good.
a chart in your?
Okay. Returning back to today's agenda, the next item is the recess session. And for Caitlin or Mark, can you approximate how much time you think we need for this? Or do commissioners, I guess, have seen the materials too? Any ideas?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, you all have seen the materials, so you probably know better than we do what you would approximate for that time.
Actually.
Commissioner Berger, 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
Why don't we say 15?
Okay. Let's say, yeah, until 1:45. Commissioner Glenn, can you do us the honors?
Will do. I move that the commission recess this open meeting with conflict counsel Jesse Burris present to discuss matters related to confidential investigations pursuant to KSA 25-4165 and KSA 25-4161, and for good cause as provided by KAR 1962. Justification for recess is so the commission can exercise quasi-judicial functions when deliberating matters related to said confidential investigations as contemplated by KSA 75-4318 G1. The open meeting shall be resumed here at 1:45 PM.
Can I get a second?
Seconded.
Motion has been seconded. Thank you, Commissioner Clausen. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the motion to enter into recess session?
Then, oh, I know.
A backup,
Backup was gonna be the chair and the vice chair.
part of the motion.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, Mark, let us know when you're ready.
Let's see when it decides to turn on.
It's a best size. Everything's fixed. It's a bus. I don't think they can
Ireland, they drive on the wrong side of the road.
do that.
They used to.
Not wrong for them.
All right, it says we're good.
Still wrong.
Okay, returning to open session, I believe Commissioner Berger has some motions he wishes to make.
Yes, as the obedient scrivener for the recess session, I would make a motion that sufficiency be found for complaints 791, 792, 793, and 794.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Clausen has seconded, Commissioner Solbach has seconded. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the motion to find sufficiencies in those four matters signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion passes.
Thank you. And with regard to complaint number 782, I'll make a motion to dismiss that complaint.
Second.
Motion has been seconded. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the motion to dismiss complaint 782 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The motion passes.
And that we find that there is probable cause for complaints 784, 785, 786, 787, 788, and 790.
Second.
Motion has been seconded. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the motion to find those listed probable cause determinations signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed say nay. The motion passes, and we'll just note for the record that Commissioner Solbach will be serving as hearing officer in complaints 784 and 785.
Mr. Chair, do we need to make a motion to that effect? Is that a motion thing?
No, you, please.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
sorry.
and then
My fault.
Commissioner Glenn, I understand, will serve as hearing officer in 786, 787. Commissioner Berger will serve as hearing officer in complaint 788. And I myself will serve as hearing officer for complaint 790.
And Mr. Chairman, we also, for each of those appointments, appoint as backups, either the chair or the vice chair in the event of a conflict or unavailability.
Correct. Yeah,
Thank you.
and I don't know if we need to make a motion to that effect, but I believe we discussed and decided this in our prior meeting. But either way, I think that sounds reasonable. And so do we have any remaining questions or issues to discuss before we adjourn today's meeting?
I do have one. This is for complaint number 750. That's sitting out there that is at the hearing stage. But we haven't done service yet, or I believe that Commissioner Jackson is the hearing officer on that. So scheduling wise, that hearing may need to happen before the other complaints that probable cause was found on today.
Sure.
That's kind of, I guess, just for Jesse and the room to be aware of, just so everybody's on the same page.
Is Judge Helmer still on the line?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, that's all. Sorry.
She's
Okay.
back.
Well, noted. Are there any other items to discuss or any questions? If there are none, I guess I would just note that our next meeting will occur in 4 weeks on October 23rd. Beyond that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Commissioner Helmer, thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion has been seconded. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the motion to adjourn signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, say nay. The motion passes. This adjourns the September 25th meeting of the Kansas Governmental Ethics Commission. Again, thank you everyone for your service, for your time, for your participation, for your travels. It's greatly appreciated. Stay well, everyone. We'll see everyone in 4 weeks at our next meeting. So have a good day, everyone.
Thanks very
Thanks,
much.
you too.
Sure.
So how does the newbie hearing officer, are you gonna train me to do this or?
There's a script.
There's a script?